inside my groove.
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Good to see y'all, man. I see some of the regular folks in here. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Look, y'all know I've been gone for a minute, cause life is crazy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Ted. And I talk bass. This channel is all about tips, tricks, and tutorials for what I like to call the blue-collar bass player. And a little bit about my background. I've been playing bass since I was about 13 years old, which was like a long time ago. Been playing professionally better part of 20, 25 years, something like that. In that time, spent a lot of time with funk legend Zigaboo Modaliste. Played for a short time with Jody Watley, John B., a host of great singer named Nia Jade I played with, and a bunch of other people that you may not have heard of, but I've been in the streets for a long, long time, doing this a long time. Hopefully the sound and everything is cool. Hello from Amsterdam. Excellent. Is the camera cool? Are you guys seeing everything? And you should be. What's up, Andrew Collins? So, hopefully I got all the tech stuff here set up. I haven't done a live stream in a minute, and I'm trying to, I'm a do a new format tonight. You know, when we were doing the live streams over the pandemic and all of that. It was kind of free form and all that stuff. Now I'm going to have a little bit more structure and a topic and talk about some things. But before I get into all of that, this live stream is being brought to you by DistroKid. If you are interested in getting your music out to Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and all those places, you can do that with an aggregator like DistroKid, and there's a link in the description for like 7% off if you click the link in the description of this video. So let's get into it. When is the right time to quit a band? When is the right time to quit a band or a gig? This has been something this is something that's been on my mind quite a bit lately, because quite honestly, I've been thinking about quitting some things, and the situations that have come up have been like, oh, that's a great topic to talk about, and that is, when is a great time to quit a band or a gig? For me, there are three things that make a gig worth having, period. And if you guys know what those things are, yes, that is definitely Prince behind me. Prince is always behind me. Maybe not always, but anyway. Let me know if you have heard of the gig triangle. The gig triangle. If you haven't heard of the gig triangle, it is the money, the music, and the hang. And when I say the hang, I mean the people. I really like to think of it as a gig square, because, and I'll add networking opportunities with that as well, because the hang may be cool and you may be playing with some cool folks and they're nice to be around and you have a good time, but they're not necessarily going to take you to the next level. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be what it is. You know what I'm saying? But the music, the money, the hang, the networking. So I call it a gig square, not necessarily a gig triangle. I see some people in here chiming in when it's not fun anymore, when the flame goes out. Absolutely. Absolutely. For me, no gig pays. Respect is a big thing for me. Another thing I'm gonna attempt to do. I've been doing the YouTube thing for so long and all of that, and I try to temper my words and be judicious with the things I'm talking about. But it might be time for that to change too. I'll never call names, but you know, sometimes some things need to be spoke on. You know what I mean? For me, respect is a big thing, and if I feel like I'm not being respected, um, that's a cause for me to leave. I'll give you a situation. When I first moved to New Orleans, I was really really fortunate to start playing right away. I mean, it might have been less than a month, and I was playing, you know, 4 or 5 nights a week and making pretty good money considering also having a full time job. And so as a music teacher, so hey Paul, what's up? What's up? What's up? Um, and so the singer, who was a great singer, had asked me to be the MD of the band, and I said, okay, I'll take that role, I'll wear that hat. But at every turn, it seemed like there was some fight. You know what I mean? Some kind of disagreement or just needlessly, right? And so there was a few situations that happened, and I let him go. I let him go. I let him go. And then there was one where the singer sent out an email that was foul. The email was just foul. And right then and there, I was like, "Hey, look," and I remember it like it was yesterday because I was standing on the corner of Bourbon and St. Louis at another gig, and I was like, I got Grammarly out, and I'm making sure I'm rereading this email, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, do I hit send? Do I hit send? And then I was just like, yo, not to big up myself, but like I've been doing this for too long. And I don't care who you are, greatest to the least. I give you respect. You got to give me respect. And there's only so many times when I'm going to have you come at me sideways. And so I was just like, hey, look, I can't remember the exact words I said, but something like, this situation is obviously not working out for either one of us. So, I'll do the other dates that I have on the calendar with you for this month. But after that, you got to go on and find somebody else. And I will help you find that other person. Now, a goal of mine is to always build more bridges than I burn. Let me say that again. My goal is to always build more bridges than I burn. So, I'm not just. I have come at people like real, on my real New Orleans shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I am a product of the 504. So, oh yeah, Joe B says it was deep if you pull out Grammarly. Hell yeah! I try not to send out emails unless because especially if I have to send out a real important, like I really need to get my thoughts across and I really need for it to be right. I'm gonna pull out Grammarly. So, anyway, I want to build more bridges than I burn. But if the situation is not working for you and it's not working for me, then we gotta figure out a way to just back it off. You know what I mean? Without it being contentious. Now, I do believe that it might have been a little bit contentious on her end, but for me, it was just like, it's got to be fun. I'm damn near killing myself right now to do this gig, and most of the time, we had, good hangs or whatever, but there were times where she would like go off on the deep end, and I just wasn't feeling that. So, and no harm. We've communicated since then, and everything is good. You got the pandemic and all those different things that happened. So, it's good. There's no hard feelings, but the situation's got to work for me. Respect is a huge thing for me. So I'm gonna try something here. Also, you guys will see that you see I got this Audio Technica mic here that I've been using for a long time. Number one, thank you to all the folks that are members of this channel and have supported me not only by joining the membership of this channel, even when content was light, but also being great comrades during the you know, I hate to call it lockdown because I don't think that's what it was, but brothers that have just been, you know, hey man, you all right, you know, holler at me, blah blah blah. So you know, I'm definitely talking about Stephen Bird, Fleece, excellent. You brothers know who you are. Having said all that, I'm trying to replace this microphone with a Shure MV7. You know, the sexy one that all the really cool YouTubers have. I'm trying to get one of those. So if you want to put something in the bucket, I'm gonna do something that I haven't done before, and that is, I've not used this technology before, so I'm actually gonna guinea pig this thing a little bit by opening it up for whoever wants to be a brave guest on the show. Like, yes, I mean that you come in and rap to me in real time. So in order for me to do that, I need to copy this link. Where's that chat box? Where did it go? There she blows. So I'm gonna put this link in the chat box. Bam. When you see it, you should be able to click on it and just come on in. You'll go to a waiting room and then come on in. Let's get them likes up too. If you haven't, I see 19 people here and only one person has liked. I want you to like, do me a solid and like, thank you, Quest. Like this video, like this live stream. So, because you know the YouTube algorithm is tripping, so we need more engagement. So, if you're in here, if you're one of the people that's in here right now, go on and hit the hit that like button, so the YouTube algorithm. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Them likes going up. They're going up. But I want to hear somebody else's story. So I put this link. Somebody says congrats on the 15,000. Yes, thank you. I'm putting this link in the chat. So somebody come on here and somebody come in here and talk to me face to face. I said it. Face to face. Come on in here and talk to me and tell me your gig story. Make sure you got a shirt on and all that stuff. Don't be scared. Stephen Bird says he is a wordsmith. You know, I like to think of myself as a little bit of a wordsmith as well. However, you know me, when I start getting heated, it's like you know, let me that's right, Steven, do all that YouTube stuff. But yeah, when it's right, you know, like some of us have, you know, we got church gigs. Who's got a church gig? If you got a church gig in the chat, I'm sorry, if you have a church gig, go and put that in the chat. I want to know who the church bass players are in here as well. That's another one. That's a whole topic by itself of playing church, especially churches that think for some reason that they're not supposed to pay musicians, right? Like, I don't know, like the organist is the only person getting paid. I've been in situations like that where you got the organist getting paid, the drummer and the bass player. I could see why they wouldn't get paid as much, but sometimes to not get paid at all, like y'all tripping, and the Lord knows you tripping, and the Lord sees you. He sees you. How about musicians who are drunk before a gig? I know some musicians that could actually pull that off. I do know some that um, can pull that off. I am not one of them. I'm not a heavy drinker, but um, I can't do that. Like two drinks and I'm kind of you know not as young as I used to be. Not as young as I used to be. Um, yeah, I've been fortunate to play with a lot of different churches, and most of them have treated me well. But again, we go back to that gig square or the gig triangle. You know, there's been some situations where I've been in where um, it might have been a low pay or no pay situation, and that was fine because I got something else out of it. I got some other sort of networking thing or uh, something like that. So it's always what do I what are the important things to me as far as the music, like um, musically, am I being challenged? Am I learning something new? Can I go into the gig and be challenged and learn something new, or think, man, damn, I got to go home and shed on this? Or is it I could dial this, I could phone this in, you know? Any Anybody got a story of a gig you tried to quit clean and someone else made it into drama? Come on, Paul, call in, man. Get face to face with me, dude. I'm putting this link back in the chat. I've never tried it before, and I really want to try it. So I'm putting the link back in the chat. Paul, I want to know this story. I want to know this story. I do have some stories of some situations where things got dramatic and they didn't need to, you know. And sometimes, musicians, just the nature of being a musician is, we're tricky anyway. We all got quirks as people, but those little quirks that make you a musician also make, and I'm talking about all of us, make us sometimes difficult people to deal with and to be around. Um, but oh, you know what? So Excellent just said something. I'm gonna come back to that. Excellent just said something. Fleece. No, a lot of church musicians are hired guns. I have also been in church situations where I was the only person getting paid, or one of the only people getting paid, and that's y'all know what I'm talking about. Where you have, this is not a knock on them, but you have the weekend warriors, you know what I mean? The ones that need the 2 and 3 rehearsals and all of that stuff. And then you would have a couple of guys like myself that would come in, like CCM stuff. You ain't gotta rehearse for that, you know? Um, so yeah. But back to the drama thing. Um, I've definitely had people create drama where there was none, and that used to really get under my skin because I'm a Scorpio. Let that sink in for a second. I'm a Scorpio, um, and I have an intense personality. I'd go and say that publicly. That is sometimes misunderstood. Like one cat here, he was like, called me a drill sergeant or something, and he was like, "Man, I was scared of you," or something. Something to that effect. Nobody should ever be scared of me, but like, I was like, "Why would you say that?" And he's just like, you had this real serious vibe, and that is because the spaces that I've been able to be in have required that you come in, you know your stuff. There ain't a whole lot of playing around, or there's playing around when it's appropriate. You know what I mean? But you do what you are paid to do, and that's play your instrument, know your parts. When you get to the rehearsal, right? You don't prepare for the gig. You prepare for the first rehearsal. You know what I'm saying? Um, Clark Sims in the house. Clark is gonna be my guinea pig. I'm putting this link back in here. Clark, you're always wearing something fresh. Somebody test out this interview link with me. Clark, go on and click that link and come and talk to me. We're talking about when is the right time to quit a gig. So back to what I was saying before, it's like I know that my personality, when I'm playing around, I'm playing around. When I'm serious, I'm super serious. You know what I mean? And when I have to give it to somebody straight, I try to do that as professionally as possible. But you gonna know you getting it straight, and some people can't handle that. That's what I've had to learn is that that's on them. That's a growth issue for them. If I'll give you a situation right now, and I don't think that this singer meant any harm. I don't think it was, I don't think there was any ill will or anything like that. But the singer called me and asked me if I was available to do a studio session. I was. And so they then text me back and with a list of the songs. And straight after that, I get another text saying that their regular bass player was on the gig, but he didn't know if he had something to do or whatever. And I was like, well, wait a minute. If I got the gig, hold on one second, Clark. If I got the gig, I got the gig. Now, if I'm still available tomorrow, I'll do the gig, but I'm not about to spend no time learning your material when you already got somebody lined up for the gig. That's not a good use of my time. I said that professionally. I believe that that person took it professionally, but I also know other situations where people would have been in their feelings about that. Like, who does this guy think he is? It's not that I think that I'm anybody. It's that I'm not going to waste my time learning your material if you already have somebody lined up. That's not how we do things. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why, if you guys check out the video I did a month or so ago about musicians having day jobs or straight gigs, the benefit of having a straight gig is, the ability to say, no, I ain't gonna do that. And I don't care what another income stream. It doesn't have to be, but there's a lot of cats out here that are just kind of taking it. You know what I mean? They just taking it. They taking whatever whatever is given to them because they don't have any other option. I don't want to be in that position. Just as a man, I don't want to be in that position. Hey, Clark, hit that link again. I was so busy running my mouth that I missed Clark. Clark, call in again because I want to talk to you, and I want to have the people. Look, I got 23 people in the building right now in the live, and yeah, we want to get some more likes. Even a dislike is cool. I don't care. Yeah, Cedric. It be like that sometimes, Doc. Be like that sometimes. Clark, where are you? Anybody want to call in? I want to hear your stories. Here's Clark. Let's see if this thing works. Let's see if it works. Clark Sims is in the green room. This is going to be cool, man. Hold on, Clark. Clark, my guy.
What's going on, bro?
Can you hear me
What's
okay?
good? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right, so let me see. We got a little bit of. Here's Clark. Let's see if this thing works. We got a little bit of overlap here. Shoot.
Yeah, I can hear the delay.
Overlapping audio. Give me. Hold on, Clark. Give me
Yes,
2
man.
seconds. Maybe
No
3.
worries.
Hang tight. Hang tight. Hang tight. I'm gonna get some headphones on.
I got you.
My guy.
What's going on, bro? What's good? Yeah, can you hear me?
All right. So let me see. We got a little bit of. We got a little bit of overlap here. Shoot.
Yeah, I can hear you, Mike.
Overlapping audio. Hold on, Clark. Give me 2
Yes,
seconds.
man.
Maybe
No worries.
Hang tight. Hang tight. Hang tight. I'm gonna get some headphones on.
I got you.
My guy.
What's going on, bro? What's good? Yeah, can you hear me?
All right. So let me see. We got a little bit of. Now y'all tell me why would I not have headphones like right in my midst, in my presence? I have no headphones. I have no idea. So I'm a BRB one more time. Thanks for bearing with me. I'll put on some music. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put on a track that I've been working. Well, I had worked on. I haven't been working on it, and I'll be right back. In my midst, in my presence, I have no headphones. I have no idea. So I'm a BRB one more time. Thanks for bearing with me. I'll put on some music. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put on a track that I've been working. Well, I had worked on. I haven't been working on it, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all. All right. Let's see if this is a little bit better. Let's see if this is better. I hate wearing headphones. I hate it. All right. So where is Mr. Sims? Where is Clark Sims? Where you at, son? Where you at?
Can you hear me, bro?
If you guys haven't checked out Clark, if you haven't checked out any of his stuff, you can Google the Clark the Bassman Sims, and I'm gonna also tell you that I just love this kid. First of all, he is Brown Mark Adams, all them cats reincarnate. And a very fun story about Clark is that his mother used to work for Prince and was pregnant with him during that time. Her name is Brownie Sims, and she's also she also has a line of like sauce products, barbecue sauce that's like will make you slap somebody in their mouth. Ain't that right, Clark?
Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah. I can hear you now. Let's see. Now I can hear you. There's a slapback going on, and I don't know how to fix that.
Y'all can hear it a little bit.
Yeah. So do you have the YouTube channel playing as well in the background?
I don't think so. I'm on my phone. Let me do it on my laptop. I'll be right back.
Okay, so you'll have to kill the YouTube, so you'll just have a straight connection to me.
Okay, got you.
All
1
right.
second.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. Working out the kinks. Like I said, if this works, this is gonna be something that I do often because I like this format. I like this format. So let's continue to talk about it. When is the right time to quit a gig? I think when any of those things in that gig square are not working out for you, it's time to when. Let me back up. It's got to be like. It depends on your pain tolerance too. You know what I'm saying? Because one of those, for some people, it could just be one of those things. Like the money could not be right, and then they bounce. You know what I mean? For some people, it's like, okay, well, the money sucks, or the money ain't. The money isn't right, but the people are cool, and that's enough for me to stay around. I mean, I do have a regular gig that I've had for a while, where I could phone the gig in. I could literally fall asleep on the bandstand and still play the whole gig. But the hang is cool, the money is steady. It isn't like life-changing money, but it's there. So those are the things that keep me around on the gig. Yeah, so you guys, again, Clark is gonna come back. If anybody else wants to hit that link and maybe try it again, but you have to be like whatever device you're talking to me on can't also have YouTube happening at the same time. I'm just gonna say something random, and a little bit narcissistic. But my shoulders are starting to. Maybe it's just the shirt, but I've been trying to get bigger traps. I know, y'all. I know that's not why you rocking with me. I understand, but I have to say it for myself because I'm looking at the video. And I'm like, is it the shirt? Is it just the shirt? Anyway, question: my man Paul, how do you know what to charge? We're gonna get to that. Brandy, there he is. All right. Okay, now we're gonna try this again. Oh, wait. I know what to do. Hang on a second. I think I know what to do. I'm still in the loop back. I'm still talking about my shirt, my traps, which is now kind of embarrassing as I listen back to it. But anyway, I'm still talking to Brandy. Okay, let's see if this works. Can you guys, Paul? Can you hear me? Okay.
I can. I totally can. Can you hear me?
Oh yes. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, buddy. It's on now. Paul Friels, the man with the plan, is in the building. Dude, so let's talk about this. When you sound like you have a story that's going on right now.
no. I swear, I was like, that really was me looking for like somebody out there has to have like a really good, juicy tale where things went wrong.
Wait a minute. I'm still looping back. I'm still looping back.
You're
I'm
like
still
Doctor
looping
Who.
back. I have no idea what's going on. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you one thing about me, y'all. I'm not afraid to fail forward. I am not afraid to fail forward. So what's
That's the best
happening
learning.
now with the way that I have this set up is I've got this loop back, and in order to hear Paul, when I turn the monitor on, I'm getting the delay. That, you know what I'm saying? Because there's like
Yeah.
a 3 to 5 second delay between what I say and when you hear it.
Yeah.
And so then see what I mean?
There it
So
is.
when I
Yeah.
flip
Yeah.
that on, so that's gonna make it a little bit difficult to have a real time conversation. However,
You know what? We could just pretend that you're talking to me on the moon, and there's like that radio delay that happens. I'm on Mars,
right, right.
and it
So
took that long to get back.
what I could probably do is wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Dog it. Hold on. I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix it because we're gonna. I'm.
You know what? We could just pretend
Th-
that you're
and
talking.
and
on
there
the
we
moon,
are.
And there's like that. There I am.
Hang on a second here. We're gonna
I'm on
fix
Mars.
this.
Right. How long to get back?
What I could probably do is. Oh, it's not feeding back for you guys. I got people in the chat saying that it's not feeding back. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
For them. I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix it because we're gonna. But
Yeah,
Paul,
it's like,
is it feeding
are
back for
you-
you?
Are you listening to the YouTube on one of your Windows or something?
Hang on a second. Ha ha ha! Hey friends, guess what?
Did we do it?
Look at that. Won't he do it? As they say in the church world, won't he do it? Won't he do it? Okay. All right. So Paul, talk to me, bruh. Talk to me about when is the right time to quit a band or a gig?
Oh man. Well, I love your triangle, right? You've got that triangle thing.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm actually hearing an echo back, so that's kind of
No, you're
that's
not.
kind of funky.
Are you serious?
No, I totally am. I totally am, and I don't have anything running.
You're killing me.
Like I've got your YouTube is not on for me, but I can just try and get through it
Okay.
like a professional
That's right, because that's what you are.
in
I
some
know-
world.
I know you. I know you.
Well, so yeah, but seriously, but you asked like, when do you know it's time to quit? I actually love your triangle, right? The money, the music, the hang. I know you kind of inject networking as your fourth, like optional fourth. I think that's kind of, I think that's actually like, it might be actually be a square because that networking thing and professional development, like what can I learn from this, right? How can I get better? There's a reason for me to be here. Like maybe I want to be here to be schooled, right? And have my butt handed to me, by some cats who really know what they're doing. That can be really useful too. But when things start, I guess when you're not hitting enough legs of that table, right? You can miss one of those and it'd be okay. Like you said, sometimes you can, you can make it with just a couple of the points. But for me, I think it's there's got to be you've got to have some artistic fulfillment's got to come out of it. If the money's not there, but the people are great, if you're getting the artistic fulfillment, the money and the people, but the money's not there, that's okay. If you're getting a lot of money and maybe the people aren't great, but you feel like you're really delivering on stage and you have opportunities to come out of that you wouldn't have got otherwise, those are useful. But you got to have a few of those things, right? One of them's not going to get you through. Like if it's just money, just the money. The hangs out there, you know, you don't dig the people, you don't dig the music, you don't dig anything about it. You're just like, I just got to pay a bill. I mean, that'll suck your soul. Like any job's like that,
Well, you
right?
know, one of the things that I apologize in advance if you guys are hearing any delay, but here's one thing that I have come to realize with every gig that I've had, from well-known artists to no-name artists. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all really ready? Don't none of this shit pay enough money for me to have people talking to me crazy, have people treating me crazy. You know what I mean? And if I feel like you acting funny with me, I will remove myself from the situation. Now, back in the day, how I removed my situation, I would go back and change. Because there are some times when I remove myself from the situation with a whole lot of fuck yous and all, you know, and all of that. I don't roll like that anymore. You feel me? But nowadays, I carry myself in a way that is, hey, I will show up on time. I will be the best me that I can be. I will dress appropriately for the gig. I won't get on your nerves as far as running my mouth too much or telling off-color jokes and all that. I'm going to be a professional. Hey, I'm okay with saying if you want the gospel chops guy that's going to and do all that, and that's not a knock on that. If that's the guy you want, don't call me. Because some of that stuff is not within my skill set. It's not within my wheelhouse. That's not what I do. Right? And that's going to be another show, is about different generations. You know, quite honestly, yep. Clark is a part of the new guard. He's got an old soul and some old school vibe about him, but he's in the new school. So eventually and one day he's going to be the old guard, and a new crop of people are going to come through and do their thing the way they do it. There's a few, you know, there's a handful of old school bass players, no names given, that are, you know, egregiously talking about new school players, which I think is kind of ridiculous. I'm like, you know, this is the shit they do. This is their time. They do that. So, you know, could you imagine if somebody told Miles Davis, hey, look, nah, you only play traditional, and Miles would have said, oh, you're right. Okay, I'm going to do that. Then we wouldn't have that. If somebody would have said to Jocko, nah, Jocko, we don't play whatever that shit is you're doing with the harmonics. Is that what they call it? We don't do that with the bass. If somebody would have told Larry, hey, nah, we don't do that. But these are people who have changed the game. They changed the game because they came out and did whatever the new thing was. They invented a lane. But yeah, none of this stuff pays enough. It's got to be fun for me. You know, I have to like being there. And there came a point in my life where I was like, okay, you need to have multiple income streams. You need to have your own brand, whatever that may be. You have other skills and other ways of being able to make a living, because you can't do this. The days of the millionaire bass player are done. You know, when a guy, you know, the Leland Sklars of the world, God bless him. You ain't making a whole career.
It's good that he got in when he did.
Yeah. You ain't making a whole career out of being no side man. You know, the Nathan East of the world.
Nathan East, man.
And well, I could be overstepping. I could be speaking out of turn, because there are some cats that are, you know, lesser known that do that thing, you know, and get paid great money to do that. But there's so few and far between. The road is so narrow. One of the things I like about what Clark is doing is building his own lane, carving, you know, working on his own music and his own brand and things like that. So let me do this plug real quick, and then I want to get Clark in. I want to do another plug. Guys, if you are in here right now and, excuse me, and you got music that you want to get out, this live stream brought to you by DistroKid. There is a link in the description box below for 7% off of your first uploads to DistroKid. Check them out. Also, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up so we can get the YouTube algorithm happening and all that. Hey, Paul, thanks for jumping in, man. I'm gonna kick you out, not because I don't love you.
Yes, sir.
And then I'm gonna
Nah, hang up.
I'm gonna get Clark in here. Thanks for your time, my friend. Clark Sims, what's up, brother? How is the sound now? Now I can't hear you, and I really want to hear you, Clark. You on your phone? Oh, wait a second. Talk to me, Clark. There you are. I can hear you now. Clark, whatever you did just now, undo it. Put your ear. There you go. Can you hear me now? And he hangs up. I'm gonna kill him. Anyway, Clark will be back. Let me look through these. There he is. Clark is joining in again. Miss Lady Bass 4317. You are welcome. You are welcome.
You hear me now, bro?
I can hear you now, Clark. Clark, talk to me, man.
What's good, bro?
What's good? How's your mama doing?
Man, good. Just got off the phone with her not so long ago.
Okay, she just had a birthday recently as well.
It's July 18th.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's not till July. Wait a minute. One of y'all had a birthday. Anyway, look, y'all need to, before I even talk to Clark, every time I talk to Clark, I need to talk about his mama's sauce. The final sauce. The final sauce. Let me say it again. The final sauce. You can follow them on Instagram at The Final Sauce. She makes some sauces and seasonings and smooth and full body. Wait a minute. Let me say that again. I'm trying to get my radio voice on. Smooth and full body. No matter your barbecue style or dish preference, The Final Sauce is sure to be the only sauce you'll ever need. www.finalsauce.com. Yes, I'm telling y'all right now, finalsauce.com. That is bananas. And for that little plug, I'd like to see some more in my mailbox. Yes.
No, I got you. Just either email her or I got you.
Okay. Hey, man,
Yeah, man.
when is the right time for you to quit a band or a gig? What's the deal breaker for you?
I just got this from my homie Andrew, which really made a lot of sense. It's 3 things that you need to get from a gig. It's either there for the fun, for the people, for the money, and for the music.
Yeah. There's
And
that.
if
There's that
any
gig,
of those-
gig square again.
if any of those ain't there, it's not worth it. I'll play a gig in the middle of San Francisco for nothing if I'm having fun with my friends and the music is good.
Yeah.
But if I'm in a gig where I just feel like I'm just being used, and it's just like, okay, you just play the bass, whatever, like, we'll give you this little bit about the money, I'm good.
Man, look, I said a few moments ago, and again, this goes. The time of having this YouTube channel and being out there, I've tried to like temper my words and be real judicious about things that I say or whatnot. But the older I get and the more I realize that life is finite, God dog it, I'm gonna say the things that I want to say, and none of these gigs pay enough money. None of them pay enough
That's
money
real.
to be disrespected, right?
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
None of them, because when I show up to the gig, I'm a man first. I'm a person who happens to be a man first,
Exactly.
right? That's number one. So now when I done walked in there to the gig, I done learned your material. You know what I'm saying? I showed up on time. You know, you know, and even if I'm on a gig and a band leader, you know, a band leader could talk funky to me on the gig. I ain't gonna leave.
Right.
I'm gonna let you talk. You know, go on. You know, say what you want to say right now.
Yeah.
Say it however you want to say it, and then just like you got other people you can call. Watch how unavailable I'm gonna be when you can't get no more than other folks.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what that is. None of these things pay enough for you to be disrespected. That's a big one for me. And I would put that in the people category. So we talk about the money, the hang, and the people.
And the people.
Right? And so in that people category, I put networking and the hang. Can I just be around these folks? Right?
That's real, man.
Can I just be around them? And so, you know, again, I want to reiterate, it's important to build more bridges than you burn in any line of work that you're in. Sometimes this isn't inevitable because people interpret things how they're going to interpret them, right? And so, but I'm going to tangent here for just a second. This is also where I think your social capital comes into play. If I build up a reputation for being a guy that is habitually on time, prepared, level-headed, yada, 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 right? All those things.
Right.
Now, if somebody come along and say, well, that motherfucker cussed me out and blah, 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 blah. Well, that one person, you could say that, and 10 other people are going to be like, nah, I don't know about that.
They don't ask, what did you do?
Yeah, I have a cousin like this, man. My cousin Lionel, who's one of the kindest people I know. I mean, just you look in a dictionary and the gentleman, you'll find a picture of this man. He's that kind of dude. Very mild-mannered. Big guy, too. Very, very mild-mannered. Almost nerdy. You know what I'm saying? But since we were kids, if somebody had a problem and they came and said that there was a problem with Lionel, everybody, because he had already built his reputation. Like, yeah, what'd you do? Because I ain't never seen dude get down like that. You know what I mean? Now, I do have a reputation for being direct. I will be direct. I won't, you know,
right.
and it won't be rude, because just like I don't want to be disrespected, I'm not going to just come out and disrespect somebody else. So, I have to lay this at your feet. I'm not responsible for how you take it.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I'll give you woo. I'm just going to say this. Another artist that I really wanted to work with. Dang, I should have said that. Should I tell a story? They really they really wanted to work with me as well. And so we had a thing coming up, and it was a lot of music. And during that time, my mother, for those who don't know, my mother is in the later stages of having Lewy body dementia. That is what brought me back to New Orleans. And so, Lewy body dementia, my mother doesn't speak. You know what I mean? She is an invalid, right? And that is that is aside from my job, this channel, and different things like that. That is one of the things that occupies most of my brain space. So, but I learned the material. Even I said all that because my mother had an episode where she needed to go and be hospitalized. She was hospitalized for 3 days. I'm in the hospital, shedding the tunes.
Bruh.
I'm in the hospital shedding the tunes. Felt that in my spirit.
Right.
I was in the hospital, shedding the tunes, making charts. So there's a rehearsal. Get to the rehearsal. And the drummer was a young guy, green. And one thing about drummers and bass players, your bass player, you want the drummer to have some confidence, and especially when it's a situation where y'all just meeting each other.
Right.
This your first time. The singer's got to be comfortable. And y'all, so you have to lay this solid foundation. If one of those things is weak, right?
It's all gonna crumble.
It's gonna crumble. So my man ain't really that solid. Keyboard player is hours late. Then when he shows up, there's shit he don't have, like a cable.
Bruh.
Feel me? Gets better. It gets better. I get a text the next day. So we had a date on the table and a couple of other dates, right? I get a text the next day saying, hey, look, I think you need a little bit more time with the music. So I'm going to get this other guy to play this gig. And then I'll have you come on, something to that effect. And I was at the schoolhouse doing arrival duty. And I sat and I felt it in my spirit that was going to happen, right? Because I could tell from them, from the artists, that they weren't really comfortable. But it wasn't on me, baby. Wasn't on me.
The bruh that's late with my biggest thing is, yo, if you're gonna be late, make sure you have everything together.
Yeah.
Also, don't be late. But like one of my OGs, like I love him. Like he's the reason I play the way I do. But I can never call on him because dude is either not gonna show up, always late,
yes,
a keyboard not working,
yes,
something missing, not knowing the music, and it's just like,
yes,
bro, I learned from you. I'm supposed to. I have never been late. I've always learned music. I'm always on time. Like I'm always making sure gears work, everything.
Yeah.
And it's seeing that is sad, man.
Well, look now. Let me tell you how this story plays out now.
Yes, sir.
So, my spidey senses is already tingling. Remember when I said I was in the hospital with my mama? Let me say that again for y'all in the back that didn't hear it. I was in the hospital with my mother. I'm shedding the music, making charts and shit, and looking over at my mother at the same time, making sure that she ain't took her last breath while I'm in the hospital. And then you text me and you say, I need some more time with the music. I said, okay, no problem. And I was very calm. I said, hey, not a problem. I think it might be best that the guy that you get for the gig in 2 days, that you just put him on the rest of the dates.
Right.
No harm, no foul.
Professional.
No harm, no foul. But if you gonna handle this shit like this right now, when there ain't no money, this is for some live stream where you begging people to give you tips is what this was.
Right.
You feel me? So there's no hard feelings with that artist. That artist is dope, super dope, very dope. You know what I mean? And if there's a time where we work together in the future, that's cool. But I have to set a boundary in the beginning.
Right.
You ain't gonna play me like that.
Exactly.
You not
You're
gonna
man
play
first.
You ain't gonna play me like that. I done spent and if you can't even recognize who the weak link is between these two new people, I could understand if you would have made that phone call to the drummer. Right? Because the drummer, it was very, young guy. I'm talking 20, something like that. Nothing on his age, but he didn't know how shit started and stopped and all that stuff.
He knew his homework.
And I don't know if he did his homework, because some people can do their homework and just not have the retention, right? That's another thing about being a working musician is you not only have to learn music quickly, but you have to retain the music, right? True. And if you can't write charts, if you don't have that skill set, you have to be able to retain and recall the music, right?
Right.
But for me, it was just a matter of, you know, I've done this work. It was obvious to anyone with an ear that I had done the work, and I had done the work both at home, because my mother wasn't in the hospital the whole time, right? But I had done the work when I wasn't in the hospital with my mother, and then when my mother was admitted in the hospital, I'm still doing the work. I'm still doing the work. And I'm not saying that to make myself seem like I'm some superhuman guy. I had things that were going on at my straight gig, you know, where I was kind of like tripping on people, you know, on my team. I'm like, you know, shit, everybody got something going on right now.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But the work got to, you know, and I wasn't saying that like, it doesn't, you know, I'm an only child. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
And I was just raised up to believe, hey, bruh, if you don't work, you will not eat.
Bro, that's real, man.
If you don't work, you will not eat. You feel me?
Right.
And so, do I get lazy sometimes? Sure, like anybody else.
We all do.
You know what I'm saying? But so going back to the topic, for me, I would rather pull, even before I get to that situation, if I feel like the situation is about to be contentious, or, because see, I know my thresholds. You feel me? I know my boundaries. I know my buttons. I know my buttons. So if I say, hey, this ain't gonna work, and if I gotta think about it too much, if I'm going to sleep and I'm thinking about this shit too much, then I gotta say, before it even gets to a point where it's contentious, let me just remove myself from the situation. And if we can revisit it later, see, for me, that's better. I remove myself from the situation, and then no bridge is burned, not on my end, so we can come back when it's more cohesive for us, right? When it makes more sense to do it. But right now, if I do this and we do this right now, it's not going to work. And either you going to be pissed off at me or I'm going to be pissed off at you. Everything ain't for everybody.
Save time, save energy, man.
Save time, save energy. None of this shit pays enough money for it to be stressful. I think when you are let's say when you on Eric Smith's level, or when you on DOA Allen's level, and you paying house notes and car notes and all of that stuff solely off of playing the bass and producing, right? Then you can you in a different tax bracket with the thing. You feel what I mean?
Right.
The little $100, $50, $75, $200, $300. I sound like a goddamn you know, those types of things. That ain't enough money. That ain't enough money to be bugged out. You know what I mean?
That's real, man. I'm going through it right now with a gig where it's like we're not growing, and it's just like they got the money behind it. And it stayed stagnant because of people's decisions. They choose not to work hard. Like, you got an endless budget. Like, if you want to rehearse, you can rehearse all week. We can make sure everything happens. We can make sure everything's tight. But it's that one person that don't put everything into it, and it's like it's killing everybody else.
Yeah.
So I'm like, me and the band, it's like for me, it's the money. I'm not getting disrespect or anything, but for me, it's not like I'm there for the love of it anymore.
Right.
Me and the guys have fun like at my rehearsals when we rehearsing my stuff.
So you guys are backing up an artist.
Yeah, we all had auditions.
Okay. Yeah.
For this artist, and it was all these big things that were going to happen. Of course, COVID happened.
Right.
But then after that, it's like, yo, what we gonna do next? Like he's talking about doing live streams, but it's no like, okay, then we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Okay, oh, I want to record a song, but I'm like, y'all got 300 done in the last year.
Yeah.
The guitar player, dude, Grammy award winning, amazing dude too.
Yeah.
But
No,
it's
that's
like
right. You
nobody
down in
puts that
LA.
effort anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know, look, man, that's another thing too. Is, you know, if you are, if you're not a shock, you know, I think the best band leaders are the best. The best band leaders have been who are also good sidemen, right?
Right.
Because you know you kind of catch it from both sides, but to be a great sideman, you have to know and understand when it ain't your turn. And so you have to look at it like, hey, look, this ain't my turn. So either I'm gonna deal with the slow pace of it, or I'm a bounce. And again, it's how you do it. I think you can be assertive. Right. I think you can be assertive, and I think you can be assertive. I think you can be assertive, and leave amicably. But again, you know that artist who I was talking about, however they took it is on them. Right. I cannot control that. But all I know is, hey, look, I can't operate like that. You know, I've sacrificed. I've given my time to learning the material.
No sacrifice.
I've given my time to come to rehearse where people were unprepared, late, etc. And I don't give a shit who they play for. At this point in my career, I don't give a damn if you played for Moses. I don't care. None of those things impress me. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I know cats that play with cats that are cats and don't let them do all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They stay in that loop because they are professional. So don't, you know, I'm not going to bend down and kiss your shoes. Somebody else might do that, but I don't care who you play with. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I can't control how they receive that. All I can do is how I give it. And I got to make sure that I give it in a professional way, for sure. But I had another situation. I'm just going to, you know, my partner, 30 years I've been knowing this cat. 30 years I've been knowing this dude. And I came in to his situation, right? I came into his situation, and it was fun. That's my partner. I mean, my partner from when we was kids starting out in the game together, right?
Right.
But what he needed in a bass player is not what I was able to give, right? And also, I didn't really like some of the way he was moving as a band leader, quite honestly, and he knows it. So if he watched this, he would know it. But that's my dog, and I love him. Hey, dude, look, I can't be the bass player in this band. I would like to, but that ain't a good fit right now. Call me, dude, when you need somebody. You're in a pinch, whatever, call me. To this day, hey, can you play bass on this? Oh, no problem. Hey, man, can you do this video? No problem. Can you do this gig? No problem. That's my boy. You feel what I'm saying? And we've been in the game long enough to know what works and what doesn't work. Right? And if you just say that, if you just communicate, you know, as I'm going through this, as we were talking about this whole thing, there's like several different topics that I could touch. Communication is a big thing, and being a musician, a sideman, or whatever. So, look, y'all, this has been fun. Clark, I want to say again, Clark's mama. If you guys are just joining, you have to go find Clark the Bassman Sims. What's your handle on Instagram, Clark?
The Funk Father.
The Funk Father. It's is it underscored?
I think so. The Funk underscore Father. I think so.
Boy, you better get you a easier got doggone handle on Instagram. The Funk Father. You can find him. Clark Sims on Instagram. Clark, and I don't say this because he's here. I'm not saying this because he's here. I'm saying it because it is. Clark is one of the most amazing young bass players on the scene today. Definitely deserves recognition. So the Funk Father, go follow him on Instagram. You
I appreciate
will
that,
not
bro.
be disappointed. Also, the Final Sauce on Instagram, and not the Final Sauce. It's just finalsauce.com.
Final Sauce.
Just finalsauce.com. Y'all check that out. Once again, folks. Once again, this video is brought to you by DistroKid. If you want to get your music on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, all those good things, then there's a link below where you get 7% off of your first uploads to DistroKid. You can share that with a friend. You could support the channel with CashApp. I'm trying to get a new mic, a new Shure mic, and replace this old guy that's been dropped and bent and all that stuff. If you want to drop a little something in the Cash App or join the membership, do that. Yeah. So guys, it's been real. Clark, my man. All the best.
Thank you so much for having me, bro.
Absolutely. Clark, I'll catch you next time, brother. We're gonna sign out here in just a second. Okay. Peace out, man. Thanks for joining me, guys. It's been real fun. Let me know also in the comments if you like this type of thing, if you want to see more of this type of stuff. I don't know why I just showed you my desktop, but it's a good thing there was good things on the desktop. Anyway, y'all, I'm out of here. Thanks so much for joining. And I'm going to see you. I am definitely going to be back here next Monday with another show. I'm going to think of a topic. If you have any topic ideas, go on and let me know. All right? Peace, y'all. 2 fingers.